In order to properly calibrate the laser, first start by making sure that the laser is powered on, as is the fan. Then once it's powered on, make sure you will have these three supplies to start. This is a 2.5mm Allen key. Make sure you have enough lens wipes. They can be found here above the cutter. And also make sure you have some of these flammable stickers, which can be found in the laser cutter drawer. There's a roll of them. A pair of scissors is also very useful for this. Next, go ahead and open the laser cutter and take a piece of that flammable sticker paper of about this big, just big enough to cover this mirror here, and go ahead and stick that piece on. Once you have the paper stuck onto the mirror like this, go ahead and slide it so that the gantry is all the way back in the back corner so that the mirror is as close to this mirror as possible. To do that, go ahead and unlock the gantry movement, and now you can just slide it right on back. Once it's there, close the lid, weight it, and go ahead and hit this test fire. This will power all of these functions, and when you hit fire, should leave a mark inside this cutter. Go ahead and open up the laser cutter, pull it back, check, and you'll see there's a mark there now. Now, what you need to do is line it up so that when you shoot at this end, it lands on the same spot as when it's all the way up against that mirror. When it's lining into the same spot in each position, that means that axis is fully aligned. To help with this far distance alignment, see that the gantry is all the way pulled away from that mirror now, and go ahead and test fire again. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and look inside here, and you will see, you should see that they're not hitting in exactly the same spot, and that will mean that it's not properly aligned on that axis. Let's go ahead and fire. Go ahead and check. Well, it actually looks like it's aligning properly on this axis. Maybe it's a little bit off. You can see that there's a little ring from where our first one is and our next hits. They're coming a little off. What helps to do at this point is to align that red dot up with your far distance shot, and then you can go ahead and once that's aligned, which is aligned by adjusting these screws on the light rather than on the mirror, then you can tune that mirror to align better with where it should be sending. Then you can tune this mirror to align better, to have it to where every time, no matter where it is on this axis, it will hit the same place each time. Once you believe that it's hitting more accurately here on this end, go ahead and replace this paper and just do another test run. When well aligned, all the shots should stack well like this one. This is an example after 2 shots of a well-aligned Y-axis for this gantry system. Once you've aligned the Y-axis, grab a lens wipe and wipe clean that mirror you're putting the glue on. That just makes sure it's clean, and whatever is going to hit it is going to pass through clearly down to the cutting head. Now that this Y-axis is well aligned, it's time to align this X-axis. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and once again put our paper right here on this mirror this time, and we're going to now bring this cutting head all the way into that second mirror that we just got hitting consistently onto. Now once it's pushed all the way there, once again we'll go ahead and close it, and it shouldn't theoretically matter where this gantry is in terms of the Y-axis anymore, because now that that's aligned anywhere that this is positioned, so whatever's convenient for you. For me, I like to bring it all the way back here because it allows me to go ahead and bring this cutting head out closest and have the most room to look up into the cutting head and to have the most clear access to it. But now we'll go ahead and close it. And once again, we'll go ahead and we'll run a test fire. And we'll open it back up. Bring it out here so that we can check and see that it did hit. Although we're clipping a little bit there. But now we can go ahead and we can bring it all the way out here and do another test fire and see how we need to go from aligning it now. Doesn't look like that fired there. We'll go again. One more time again here. How's that looking? Well, it's appearing to get darker each time, and that's a good sign. Once it seems that we have both this axis and this axis well aligned, again with this being aligned in a similar pattern, just by adjusting the 3 bolts in this mirror to make it so that at either end it's hitting in the same spot on our paper to this 3rd mirror. Now we're going to go ahead and check how well aligned it is, and this is the best way to validate. So go ahead and take this lens cover out. Just by sliding from this side, it should just come out. And be careful to put this in a good, safe spot. I tend to put it up here because we don't want to damage that lens. Now you can take another one of these flammable papers and place it over that opening where that lens that we just removed is located in the cutting. Now that this paper is in place, we can go ahead and do the best validation to make sure that our calibration of the X and Y axes is accurate. So to do that, we're going to test all 4 corners. So we start in this corner, and we'll go ahead and close it, and test fire. And you should be able to see through the window here, just by looking with your eye, that there's a little black spot that's formed, so we know that it's shot right. Now go ahead and open it up. And we're not going to move the cutting head, we're just going to move the gantry arm here. And now we close again. And we can test fire a second time. And you'll notice that we've now hit it twice, and it looks like it's only been hit once, and that's a really good sign. Sometimes you can see a little flash on the surface, but if it's all in one circle, that means that axis is well aligned. So we now know that this axis is now properly aligned. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this cutting head all the way out to this corner. And once we have it here, we're going to go ahead and close the lid and hit it again. You'll see that after that test, we're now getting it. It's still all in one little pocket. This is showing signs of being really well aligned. To finish it out, we need to go ahead and shoot in this side. Just by doing the 4th corner, while we already know that the axes are well aligned, if one corner is not well aligned, then we know that we have an issue with the level of the laser cutter as a whole. So we'll just go ahead and do one last test fire here. Go ahead and open it up, bring it out, and interestingly, that's showing on a different spot. So that would mean this laser is not well leveled right now. So let's go ahead and bring this here, and let's just repeat from this corner just to make sure that it's that level and it's not this axis that's having a problem. seem to just grow our main bubble there. Maybe it's a little bit on that side, so I guess we're gonna go ahead now and adjust this axis just a little bit to make sure, and we're gonna check our level. Once you have all the sides aligned, then what you want to do is go ahead and place this on your cutting surface, and go ahead and bring this head right over it. Now, once it's over it, you'll see the red dot shining on it. It won't show on camera, but it shows in person. Go ahead and close it, the lid, and test fire. And when you look down here at this slip, you can see how much is getting clipped. Right now, we're not actually getting any clipping. You can see all the sides of the tube are pretty even. It's coming pretty well right through the middle. So that's a sign that we're actually really well aligned, and our tube is now also well aligned. If you have issues with one edge coming through more than the other, then you can adjust that finally. So now our last step is to go ahead and take this lens here, go ahead and inspect it, see if there's any dirt on it, and maybe just give it a little wipe, clean, and then go ahead and insert it, and you should be good to cut.